All right, guys, we're gonna start.
I'm Mark Cerny. I'm
by
excited
watching
to be
this.
here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup.
So I heard big things about this. I've commented a little bit about this on Twitter. I do know the price. I don't think it's worth it. So this is some for speaking. Usually I cover something from the very beginning with you guys, but today is not that day because I couldn't avoid this news. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone is pissed, dude. Everyone is pissed. Holy smokes. So it's kind of hard to avoid all the information about it. But now, we're going to actually cover the information. So let's start with the presentation for the PS5 Pro. The technical presentation hosted by Mark Cerny, who looks like an alternate universe Dana Carvey, if you guys know who I mean.
PlayStation 5 Pro, and how it advances gaming technology.
Okay.
But first, I want to take just a minute to look at what we put in the original PlayStation 5 and how it delivers an exceptional game.
Here's one big difference already. There's a disk drive in this one. There's no disk drive
experience. When PS5 debuted in 2020, it brought a lot to the table.
Yeah.
8 Zen 2 CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5 and enable high-speed complex gameplay, with character counts reaching into the hundreds and frame rates that can be as high as 120 frames a second.
I really hate it when people do marketing talk like this, because what games have 120 frames per second on PlayStation 5? Most games now, you have to play in performance mode to make it like above 30 frames per second. And then it looks like dog. Like, this isn't true. It's just not true. I'm sorry. This is why when like Sony fanboys yell at me, they're like, "Oh my god, the PlayStation is such a good deal." I'm like, I'm sorry. I like to play my games at like, above 30 frames a second without making the game look like dog shit. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I hate it when people lie to themselves. And like, dude, fanboys of any console, and I'll include PC on this. There are PC fanboys as well. They're equally idiotic. Every single fanboy is just a dick eater. And all of these fanboys just drive me bananas. The amount of bending over backwards Sony fanboys are doing today, especially, about like all this PS5 news is insane. And a big part of it is the marketing always leads into it. They're like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, we have the hottest games." Blah, blah. What games? What games are launching on the PS5? Which ones? Are the games in the room with us?
PS5 has a power.
Yeah, it was true for like the first couple of years of PS5. Not even. It was true for the first couple of years of PS5 for like the not top end games, Doc. For like the not top end graphically games. That's what it was true for. That was the only thing it was true for. Yeah. Are you not a Bugsnax fan? I think Bugsnax is actually one of the games that is unironically actually enjoyable and interesting on the PS5. I think Bugsnax, they need more games like Bugsnax. And they need less dog shit like all the games of service games that they were trying to waste money on. And I want you to know, guys, we'll talk about this later on. But this entire pricing, this entire technical push, this entire discussion about PlayStation 5 Pro from Sony, it's because they fucked you over. And by you, I mean every single one of you who gives a shit about Sony and PlayStation and gaming in general, by wasting over $1 billion, maybe billions plural, we don't know the full extent, of dollars on live service trash, all of which have failed. The only reason they're making these pricing changes, making things more expensive and everything like that, is because they tried to get Fortnite without putting in the actual effort and like marketing push and like good ideas and everything. They listen to their marketers instead of their gamers. They listen to their executives instead of you. And I want you to know, Sony is to blame for all of this, okay? Not you. If you're a Sony fanboy, I just feel bad for you. You're getting fucked. You're being bent over, and Sony is taking their big Sony PlayStation Astrobot-shaped dick and shoving it up your ass. I'll just tell you like it is.
RDNA 2 GPU, which can render anything from intricate
But yeah,
details
Bugsnax is a great game.
to fantastic worlds with vast panoramas to explore. Ray tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water or glass, and the realism that comes from real-time global illumination.
I'm glad he brought ray tracing up because we'll look at the differences between the normal ray tracing and the advanced ray tracing of the PS5 Pro. And you guys will very quickly see there's like a, what is it called? A diminishing return. And you really can't tell about the so-called graphical upgrade of the PS5 Pro. Like, guys, this is just a cash grab. I want you to know, this is 100% a cash grab. And I'll explain the reasons why later on.
A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed, resulting in ultra-fast transitions between games.
They need to make more games like this. If Sony wants to succeed, these are the types of games that they do really well in. Make more of this. This is a good game. Bugsnax, a good game.
Game worlds. And data streaming
Sly Cooper,
rates
yeah.
so high that traversal speeds are essentially unlimited.
You okay? I'm working on it.
Tempest 3 audio tech brings an unparalleled sense of immersion to the sound of the games. With
Doc,
audio
which one?
so real, you may not even need to see the enemies to know exactly where they are. Finally, the DualSense controller has haptics that let you feel through your hands what your character is.
The controller is great, except for the fact that it costs like $100 fucking. Like, they actually, oh my god, wait. Did you guys not hear? They increased the price of the controller as well. PS5 controller price increase. Yeah. Just to add insult to injury, they increased the price of the controller.
Experiencing
right
inside
there.
of the game. It's wonderful to see such variety and richness of game experiences.
Doesn't he look like Dana Carvey, guys? He literally looks like an alternate universe Dana Carvey.
Creators have made amazing use of the hardware capabilities, but when I talk to them, I do hear about their desire for more graphics performance. The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second, and that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with: graphics modes. It can be a difficult choice for players.
Do you want to play where it looks like it looks good, but the performance is dog shit? Or do you want to play at above 30 frames per second, but the graphics are dog shit? Which one? It's such a bad choice. It's such a bad choice.
Fidelity modes emphasize the visuals, typically through higher resolution
Exactly,
rendering.
having a slider.
These modes might also have enhanced detail or use more ray tracing. But the games only run at 30 frames per second. The visuals can be choppier, and the controls less responsive. Performance modes emphasize frame rate and interactivity, typically choosing to run at 60 frames per second.
Keep this in mind, by the way, guys. Every single time he talks about this stuff, keep this in mind, because we'll come back to this. They made a choice, and they chose to make you pay through the nose to have a good experience playing their fucking console. That's what is going on here. That is what is going on. Wait, what's up? Yeah, Abby, can you send me the article? Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Sony's new CFO. There it is. I found it. To buy a PC. Yeah, exactly, Scaleless. Yep. Yeah, shocker. Hey, look, I'm just saying, there's a lot of good things about PC. Look how blurry the fidelity side looks when paused. Yeah. It's because, guys, it's because frames per second really does matter. I'm not one of those guys that needs like 200 frames per second. Like, that's stupid. No one needs that. But like the difference between 30 and 60 is insane. The difference between 30 and 60 is an insane increase. That's why. This shows how anyone who tries to suck the dick of their favorite game-making company saying, hey, it's 30 frames per second, it's okay, you're lying to yourself. You're eating a bowl of shit. The company is giving you a bowl of shit, and you're eating it. Stop eating the shit. Okay? Just stop it. It's pathetic. Just fucking stop. Exactly.
Mainly by reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved. When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time.
Yep. It's because you want to be able to play with the game being responsive. You want it to be able to play when it looks good visually in terms of the actual moment-to-moment gameplay, which, guess what, is not 30 frames per second. Anyone who says 30 frames per second, you're lying to yourself. I'm sorry. You're just lying to yourself.
Removing that decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro. We want to give players the graphics that the game creators aspire to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer.
If this was true, by the way, if this was true, they would not increase the price. They would lower the price for the normal PlayStation 5 right now, and they would make the price of the PS5 Pro maybe like $100 more of the new price. And that's it. They don't actually care a jot about what they're giving you. And I'll tell you why later on as well. And it's because they're not really changing much about the PS5. They're really not changing much at all. And like, the CPU, by the way, guys, is staying the exact same.
To do that, PS5 Pro substantially improves over PlayStation 5 in 3 ways.
Okay,
Here's
let's see
what
it.
we call the Big 3.
Let's look at the big 3, guys. We're going to start right here. Let's look at the big 3. Larger GPU. This is true. They're having a larger GPU. This is the one thing that they're actually changing, by the way. The advanced ray tracing. Guys, what part of your computer or your console handles ray tracing? First of all, what is advanced ray tracing? It's just ray tracing. It's just like, you know, more efficient ray tracing, higher quality ray tracing because you have a larger GPU. The GPU does ray tracing, okay? What does that mean? These two things are the same thing. It's literally the same. They go hand in hand. You do not have like advanced ray tracing, whatever the fuck that means, without a larger GPU. This is the only reason. So there's only 2 things that they're adding. There's not 3 things. There's only 2. If you read this and you think it's 3 things, guys, you're eating a bowl of shit. Mark Cerny is feeding you a bowl of shit. Don't eat it, okay? It's 2 things. They're adding the larger GPU, which in turn gives increased processing power for the ray tracing, and they're giving you AI-driven upscaling. Upscaling is great. However, they could give you upscaling without the fucking PS5 Pro, or without the massive price increase at the very least. If they need to have, like, you know, if the AI upscaling is driven by the GPU, they can only use it via the GPU and so on and so forth, that's fine. Then that means they're only giving you one thing. They're only giving you a larger GPU, which in turn allows you to do advanced ray tracing and gives you AI-driven upscaling that they made specifically for the larger GPU. That's it. That's literally it. That is all they're giving you. More heat? Yeah, they already have heat issues. I wonder how the heat issues will be with the PS5 Pro. Very good point. And beyond that, the other things that you need with the PS5 Pro. We'll go back to that, Will. Yeah, we'll go back to that. Yeah, all 3, exactly. Yep. Oh, I know, that's what I just said. AI upscaling is directly a result of the GPU. That's literally what I just said. Yeah, exactly.
First, we made the GPU much larger and increased the speed of the memory it uses. The result is...
Congratulations. This is a W, but that's it. Just know, everything is related to this. There is nothing else except this.
rendering that's up to 45% faster.
Yeah, and Doc makes a good point. This is a standard upgrade for a mid-gen console. We've had this with the PS4 Pro, which was, by the way, very successful because they didn't try to ream you in the ass with price. And you see this with, the Xbox does some, things like this. Nintendo Switch is going to be doing the Nintendo Switch Pro and all that. So this is like a standard fare type of deal. But they're not fucking you with the price of a new console, essentially. Like, it's like a new generation of consoles. Exactly. They didn't do this. The manufacturer upgraded the chips that they had available because there isn't a shortage of components anymore. I didn't hear about that, but you might be right. You might actually be right, Will. Yeah.
Second, we made major upgrades to the ray tracing, taking a streamlined and accelerated approach that allows calculation of the rays at double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5.
It's the same thing. It's because you have a larger GPU.
And finally, we added custom hardware for machine learning and an AI library called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution.
By the way, what is the acronym for PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution? PSSR. Pisser. They added pisser.
Or PSSR for short.
Gotta get that pisser, baby.
Analyzes the game images pixel by pixel and can add an extraordinary amount of detail, which boosts the effective resolution of the games.
Oh my god.
Game creators are adding PS5 Pro support to new and existing...
Yeah, also one letter off USSR. Yeah, exactly. The glorious republic of PlayStation.
titles. And with the big three involved, the results can be pretty amazing, with graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but at double the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5.
Why is it, guys? Ask yourselves, if you're a PlayStation fan, you're watching this video, if you're a Sony fan, hey, I have a PlayStation 5. I don't even have an Xbox, okay? So I'm no PlayStation hater. I just hate what they're doing with the price here, okay? And I hate what they're doing with the lack of explanation, the lack of actual reasoning, and their lack of intellectual honesty with how they wasted your money. Okay, so these are the things I don't like. But even with all that, I'm a PlayStation 5 owner. It's right there. I play it. Okay? I don't have an Xbox. I don't even play my Switch anymore. Like, I just don't play it. I don't have time. I'm not a PlayStation hater, is what I'm saying. Why is it that the first game that they chose, guys, to showcase the new upgraded PlayStation 5 Pro, why is it The Last of Us 1? Why is it or Last of Us 2? Why is it a game that is like literally fucking 5 years old? Why is this the game that they chose? It's because they have no fucking games. They're wasting their time doing this shit instead of making good fucking games. That's why.
5 Pro. It has huge amounts of detail and
it's just stunning.
Super smooth 60 frames per second.
It's one of the few games of the PS5. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a gorgeous game. Like, everyone knows how good this game looks. Everyone knows that this game was like a real big jump in fidelity, in, you know, gameplay and everything like that. Like, totally fair. It's seriously one of the GOATs. I understand that. But the fact that they're still courting this as, and counting this as like their big, like, killer app I think it's 4 years. Sorry, I was saying 5 earlier. 4 years after its launch is insane. And it's really, really indicative of the larger issue that Sony and PlayStation have right now. Yeah, just show up Bloodborne. Yeah, show up PlayStation 3 Bloodborne. Oh
Let's
my god.
compare this to the fidelity mode on PS5, which is only running at 30 frames per second and is therefore much choppier. This goal of delivering almost...
What they should have done is show the performance mode of that game and do a freeze frame. Because you can tell the difference when they're playing, but in the freeze frame, there's actually not that much extra detail. It's diminishing returns. You can't really tell the higher detail. And I think this is like a big issue with game companies as well. Like, we don't need to see every hair on Leon Kennedy's head. As much as I love Leon Kennedy, I don't give a shit. What I care about is good gameplay. And what I care about is art style. Graphical art style. Like, those things make much more of a difference than anything else. Yeah, can't wait to play Concord on the PS5 Pro.
Fidelity-like graphics and performance frame rates has been achieved for a broad set of titles, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
Man, I can't believe people were unironically trying to tell me that PlayStation 5, not the Pro wasn't out last year, obviously, for Spider-Man 2 was, like, Game of the Year worthy. I can't believe they were trying to say this. Like, don't lie to me, man. Don't fucking lie to me. Game was like a quarter of the length of the first game.
We can see that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation 5. Another way to compare the two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus Performance mode on PS5, both of which target 60 frames per second. What we see here is a difference in detail.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. Can you tell a difference in the detail, guys? Like, you have to squint to see the difference in detail. This is one of the ones that I wanted to, like, really focus on. What is the difference in detail? You can see a difference in detail, but it is so small. It is so infinitesimally small. Yeah, not that much of a difference, exactly. Is it worth paying an extra $700 for? This is $700. $700.
PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5. For this...
Like, hold on, let's go back. Let's go back a couple of frames. Is it this?
It's my favorite.
Is it this? One of these buttons, like, goes backwards. Oh, maybe I can't because I'm not watching on native YouTube. I'm watching on third-party site. Okay, anyways. Yeah, zoom in on the windows. Yeah, look. You can tell there's more reflections here. You can't really see the reflections here. You can kind of read this a little better. It's the words. You can't really read that. Like, I guess, like, this is a little fuzzy. But can you tell when you're playing a fucking video game that this is happening? When you play these games side by side, can you actually tell? Not to the level of $700, you can't. Okay? Not to the level of 700. 700 plus, by the way. And I'll go into why it's plus. I'll go into why it's plus afterwards.
For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer. And here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is noticeably higher resolution throughout the scene, including the trees and procedural cars. So overall, some remarkable improvement to the games.
Yeah, not a single human can actually tell unless they really pay attention. Exactly, yeah. And like you can only really tell if you're like freeze framing it and really looking in and like squinting really hard. Oh my god. Oh my god.
PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics or smoother and more responsive gameplay.
Yeah, exactly, Dom.
This is the big three showing their value. As you've been seeing,
This is the big one showing its value. The larger GPU. That's the big one. The big one.
Machine learning via the PSSR library is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate. But there are as many approaches as there are game engines. The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West. Apart from the detail boost, that extra graphic...
When did Horizon Forbidden West come out? Let's see. Yeah, February 18th, 2022. Yet another game that is multiple years old. 2.5 years. Yeah, say GPU again. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Power is allowing for improvements to lighting and visual effects.
I just want to point out the lack of games on the PS5. I'm going to hammer this home. There is an absolute massive lack of games on the PS5. I'm sorry. There is no reason to release the PS5 Pro when we have no fucking games to play it with. And every single game that they're showcasing the PS5 Pro with are games that are years old. Years old. Every single one of them.
As well as to the hair and the skin in cinematics.
Open up, guys. Jor's orders.
Good enough for me.
Ray tracing is finding broad usage as well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates. The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can make a real...
It's a little uncanny valley when he's looking this way and the camera's looking at him. It feels a little weird.
Difference.
Yeah, stop porting games on console,
allowing
exactly.
Gran Turismo 7 to add ray-traced reflections between the cars in gameplay, while continuing to support their targeted 60 frames per second. That boost in ray tracing is also delivering big wins for Hogwarts Legacy.
Now, Doc is right. This is a massive improvement. This right here, this is like the one game that's really showcasing how good, like, the advanced ray tracing and everything like that, like, how it all really melts together. Because it's not an old fuck game. It just came out just relatively recently.
not only for better reflections and a greater variety of reflective surfaces, but also for further realism in the casting of shadows.
It came out last year.
I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5 Pro. Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5.
Well, it's the latest console you ever built, so I would hope it's the most advanced console you ever built. Like, it's, oh my god, dude. These marketing throwaway lines are so annoying. I hate it when anyone does this shit. It's like when Intel comes out with a new chip. This is the most advanced chip we ever built. Well, yeah, it's your latest chip. Why would you go backwards when you're making a chip? Are you fucking dumb? No shit, it's the most advanced one. Like, duh. God damn it.
Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at a number of games running on the new console.
You'll never break a legend. 'Cause they don't know we're legendary.
By the way, it's ironic and hilarious, except for the fact that it's fucking sad. Because we'll start this now. You can't buy this. You have to buy the stand separately. You have to buy the stand completely separately. This stand is an extra. Let's see. What is the price right now for the stand? Vertical stand PS5 Pro. This is an extra $30. It does not come with the PS5 Pro. So if you want to have good, heat sink, essentially like, good ventilation stuff, which you will need with the larger GPU, you need the vertical stand. That's an extra price. You can make it at home, yeah. These are all games that have already released.
It'll be worth it.
Okay.
Did I do it? Oh, what is this? What's with all the neon?
Yeah, why didn't they show FF16? Yeah, why don't they show any upcoming games to really showcase, like, hey, in order to play this awesome upcoming single player game, you're gonna need the PS5 Pro to kick ass with it, right? Guess why? They don't have any. That's why. They literally don't fucking have any. What difference is it showing us? The old games on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Astrobot? Yeah, Astrobot is a 10 out of 10 game. Absolutely. It's literally showcasing to Sony what they should be doing more than what they're doing. This is the only game that hasn't come out yet, by the way. In this entire showcase, Assassin's Creed Shadows is the only game that has not come out yet. The lighting engine that they used for Hogwarts Legacy is actually insane. Like, it was such a good lighting engine. Like, I remember when we played Hogwarts Legacy here, when we were raising money for the Trans Lifeline charity and everything like that. Like, dude, those spells looked really good. Kind of gave up on Assassin's Creed. I know, everyone did. Yeah, yeah. And we can discuss that later. Ubisoft's stock price just keeps falling for that reason. Exactly. There it is. There it is. Look at that pricing, baby. This is why everyone's upset. And very understandably upset. Let us dive into this a little bit. Let us dive into this. So, first of all, guys, I want you to know, This is a massive price increase. So right now, PlayStation 5 normal price. $450 for the normal Sony PlayStation right now. Okay? Even with the disc on GameStop, $469. And I think it's like an extra $50 if you don't get it pre-owned. So it's probably like $500 even, right? Vertical stand sold separately, just like I said. Yeah, and that's not where it ends either, BTV. That's not where it ends. So, the PlayStation 5 is $400, $450 to $500, I think, for the other version, and the digital version, by the way. So this is the digital version. If you want to get the disc version, it's another 50. Was it 100 or $50? Disc drive edition. Let's see. Let's give you the real number, guys. Let's give you the real number. $500. So $500 with the disc drive. Okay. So there is no disc drive available either. If you want the disc drive PS5 Pro. What is the price of the disc drive? $80 USD. $80 USD for the disc drive. If Sony gave a shit about you and about any of its consumers and any of its players, they A, wouldn't have made the price this, but B, they would have at least had the fucking good grace to put the disc drive with it and the vertical stand with it. Because without it, this price is not $700. It's $800. If you want the same experience as the normal PlayStation 5, which, by the way, does come with the stand, that's how I was able to put the fucking thing on a stand. I didn't buy the stand separately. It came with the stand. The normal PlayStation 5 came with the stand. I have it. With the stand and the disc drive, it is a grand total of $810. Sorry, I had a mental math. It is $810 compared to $500. This is a $350 increase. And anyone who has a PlayStation is probably going to be the one that buys a PlayStation 5 Pro. So that means it is a straight up, not even a price jump. It is a full price, $850. You can buy a brand new computer for that price. Like, this is dog. This is absolutely dog. And now, not only that, it gets worse. It gets worse. So, the price in other countries is actually something that screws over the other countries even more. So, let's see. 810, or well, let's just keep it even. Let's just say $700 dollars. Oh, sorry, 700 pounds in dollars. So in England, this is not a 1-to-1 price. In England, it's actually $900. That does not include the stand. That does not include the disc drive. In euros. Okay, let's see in euros. Let's see in euros. Can I just change it here? How do I think I'd have to find it. So this is 773 euros to dollars. Okay? 800 euros is insane. Yeah, this is essentially 800 euros. 900 with the disc and the stand. In yen. Let's see the yen. Let's see Japanese yen. Oh, maybe I have to look up Japanese. Yeah, there it is. Oh, wait, I did. Oh my god. Also, it's 800 pounds. Oh, sorry, 800 euros. 800. I should have just typed it in. Sorry, guys. This is jank. Okay. So yeah, this is $883 for the euro price. It's an extra 100 euros. Right. Yeah. I did it wrong. You're right. Yeah, okay. So let's do 11980. Oh, 980. Yen in dollars. $850. So they're even fucking over their own home country by basically adding an extra what amounts to $150 price increase just as a direct 1-to-1. And I guess maybe that's because it includes tax. I don't know. But like with pounds and euros, you pay tax on everything as well. So I don't know how this doesn't increase that price either. But like either way, this is an insane level of price, man. And they're fucking over other countries, and they're fucking you over by making sure you don't have a disk drive or a stand either. It's insane. Make sure it's dockable? Yeah, I guess so. Is there anything else? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, okay, let's see what people are talking about on Twitter about this. Because I saw some very unhappy comments. So let's see the full details. Nice one, guys. I guess the 500 pounds I spent on my original PS5 was for nothing then. Exactly, it was. It was. You're going to see games that come out, and they're not going to be backwards compatible with the PlayStation 5. You will have to have the Pro in order to play at anything above like 20 FPS. I bet you. I bet this is going to happen at some point. So, it hasn't happened yet, but some titles are going to come out where it's going to be like, well, we recommend you have the PS5 Pro. Sorry, that's the only way you can play this fucking game. Please explain. $700 in US, 800 pounds in Europe. Sorry, 800 euros in Europe. You do know that the euro is currently more valuable than the USD. It's sending a pretty strong message. Yes, they are saying they particularly hate you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's true. They hate you. Sony PlayStation hates you. They are farming you for money. Every single one of you. They wasted over $1 billion on live service trash. And now they're freaking out. And now they're trying to milk you for all the money that you possibly have. Were you drunk when you came up with those prices? Very cool, no disk drive. Makes it immediately a no-go. Absolutely. They didn't show this image or explain it. But apparently you can install attach a disk drive. But it's sold separately. So it's $700 for the console. And then extra to purchase a disk drive separately. You want disk drive-o? You pay extra-o. Yeah, exactly. What games coming out or are coming out that makes this upgrade worth it? Because the PS5 and the games have been meh. Keep in mind, the entire video showcasing this showed only old games. Except AC Shadows. I don't know why I'm like actually commenting while I'm discussing this. I'm sorry, I just can't help myself. I just can't help myself. I gotta discuss this, man. Holy shit, this rubbish. Well done. People are pissed. Let's see. 11K comments, 61K likes. People are 15 million views. So if a post gets 15 million views and 61,000 likes, you know they're getting cooked. You know they're getting cooked. That ratio is terrible. Oh my god, dude, no one cares about the PSVR 2. I'm sorry, no one plays that. No one uses the PSVR 2. Sorry. I'm really sorry. No one uses it. No one uses it. Just make the updates that slows your PS3. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, BTV. Hey, that's called forced obsolescence. So BTV brings up a good point. At this point, Sony might as well partner up with Apple, BTV says, and just make updates that slows your PS3, 4, and 5 normal down so people buy the PS5 Pro. Yeah, people do that already. Yeah, Apple does this on the regular. Absolutely. The Switch could have been 60 FPS, but it was locked to 30 FPS handheld. Wait, really? I didn't know that about that, Doc. That's insane. Yeah, there you go. Like, all these... Dude, I want everyone to know. If you guys are thinking I'm hating on Sony and PlayStation, I am. But not just because I'm a hater or something like that. I'm not. Like I said, I own a PlayStation 5. I play my PlayStation 5. I don't even play a Nintendo Switch anymore. I still have Nintendo Switch. I don't even have an Xbox. Okay? I don't hate Sony and PlayStation over and above anyone else. I just hate dog shit anti-consumer practices. And this is a dog shit anti-consumer practice. That's why I'm being so loud about this. That is why. I'll never pay for a console, a PC that's over $600 ever. Yep. Impressive price, 100% a no. Yep. At that price, no disk drive. Do you know what rhymes with PS5 Pro? How about no? Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that. That's cute. That's cute. Let's see. What is this? I think it's that they look the exact same, right? I think that's what this video showing. Yeah, okay. There you go. People are very, very upset, and I really hope they stay upset. I really, really hope they stay upset. Let me get this straight. $700, no disk drive, no new games announced. We are not buying the PS5 Pro. And you know what? I don't think this will stick. I think what will happen is that the dick eaters of PlayStation will buy the PS5 Pro. Let's look at the quotes. Because there was a whole bunch of dick eaters that were raging about it, being like, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And all of those people will buy the PS5 Pro. Every single one of them. And Sony will be like, wow, we've sold a lot of these. We should continue to do this dog shit practice. And that is why we're in the state that we're in gaming. Yeah, people are going to buy it out on launch. I have no doubt, Doc. The level of dick eating that Sony dick eaters do is like astounding. Is absolutely astounding. Let's see. Not worth it, by all the Ace Attorney games instead. True. I just want to see if we can find a dick eater. Yeah, yeah. Let's see if I can find that by Jeff Keighley. When the PS4 Pro launched, it launched at $400. $400 only. Okay? That is basically half the price. A literal half the price of what the PlayStation 5 Pro is coming out for. Half the fucking... If Sony cared about you, and if Sony cared about just giving you a good gameplay experience, they would take the L and not try to squeeze you for money and do something like this. Lower the price of the normal PlayStation 5 down by like $50 or something, and make the PlayStation 5 Pro cost at most $500. At most. With the disc drive and with the vertical stand. That is what they would have done. They're not doing that because they don't care. And I want you to know they don't care about you. They do not care about you. Okay? They are literally doing this as a cash grab. As a cash grab. $950 Canadian. Wow. Oh my God. Well, Canadian money's not real money anyway, so yeah, it's fair. A slightly improved PS5 without a disc drive. These guys have absolutely lost the fucking plot. This is true. The plot, by the way, is that they wasted over $1 billion on terrible live service attempts. And now they are desperate and squeezing their player base for money. I just wanted to put that down for posterity. I don't know if I'll be able to remember to do that later on. But it's true. That's exactly what is going on. That is exactly what's going on. Let's see. I think it was Jeff Keighley that made the post, right? Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can look up Jeff Keighley. Because he gave some good information. There it is. Here it is. Here's the inflation-adjusted prices for the mainline PlayStation consoles since launch. So the most expensive one was the PS3. And that was like a crazy situation. It was like right before, the 2008 crash. So everything was kind of inflated and everything like that. But that was the, at the time, most expensive launch for any console pretty much ever. And the PlayStation 3 got reamed for it. Like straight up. But beyond that, every single other console has launched at like 600 or less. So PlayStation 1, 600 equivalent. PlayStation 5, 600 equivalent. 520, 538 for the PlayStation 4. 546 for the PlayStation 2. There you go. The new PS5 was for 700 was brought to you by the Failure Concord. That's really good. I'm gonna steal that from you, Aku. I'm gonna steal that from you. There you go. Your post is now my post. That is a good post, dude. BDV says if Sony cared, they would do a couple things. One, make their games playable on PC and roll in profits. Yeah. Remove the subscription basis for online gaming. Yes. They care about the PSN network, though. That's the thing. They consider it like a form of recurring revenue. That's why they'll never do that. They think it's worth it, and focus on making better games instead of useless consoles. 4, stop making bad decisions like Helldivers 1. Yeah. You see, the thing is that BTV, they're obsessed with live service for a reason. They want the $1 billion home run. But they've wasted $1 billion trying to make the $1 billion home run, and they've failed every time. This is the problem with publicly traded companies. In publicly traded companies, and Sony is one, you listen to your executives, who aren't gamers, they don't care about games. You listen to your marketers who aren't gamers, they don't care about games. That's why. You do everything to turn a quarterly profit. You try to make your quarterly line go up to make your shareholders happy, and that is it. That is the end all be all. They don't give a fuck about the actual gamers. That is the entire point. You are completely correct, BTV. You are completely correct. What does this note say? The PS5 Pro is compatible to the PS5 Digital Edition, which is not included in this list. It did not have a disc drive. Yeah, exactly. PS5 Pro disc drive is $80, so it'll be a total of $778. So he was just talking about like the fact that this is helpful. W community note. Not like they're like shitting on Jeff Keighley, but they're just adding more detail. That was good. Very, very, very true. Absolutely. Let's see if there's any interesting quote retweets. Bringing out the inflation argument in 2024. What? He's not arguing for inflation. He's just saying what the prices are adjusting. He's comparing the prices so you know what the prices are compared. I'm not sure what he means by that. What are you talking about? He's giving the full info. Like, I will happily call Jeff Keighley a dick writer when he's dick writing. He's not dick writing here. Like, this is not him dick writing. Wait, guys, do you think Jeff Keighley was dick writing here? Like, he just didn't give the full information because, you know, he should have done the discless edition. But besides that, he's not dick writing. Man. What? He's showcasing that this is the most expensive launch ever. A little? Is he? I guess I'm not reading it as dick writing. Maybe I should be reading it as dick writing. I thought he was giving the information. I don't know. I guess. Okay, well, people are upset at Jeff Keighley because they think he's dick writing. I didn't take it that way, but hey, look, maybe he is. Maybe he is. Damn, dude. Pretty disappointed. I actually know Dreamy. She's a great person. Great streamer. But at least I won't be tempted to buy it. $700 and no disc drive? Hard pass. This is a real-world gamer. What am I even paying for it? Might as well put that money towards a decent gaming PC. Exactly. Exactly. Guys, PC sales are going to go up with this. Canadian price has not even been announced yet. Oh, man. Oh, dude. That funny money is going to hit you hard, brother. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I want you to know, I just want to give the full information. Everyone is very upset on purpose, and for good reason. Yeah, the PS5 controllers have gone up. They now cost $75 as well. PS5 Pro is expensive. It's more expensive than anything. And in the meantime, you have the Sony CFO. This is the guy who is the chief financial officer of Sony PlayStation. This fucker is so out of touch, guys. He stated that the company doesn't have enough IPs. This is not, we'll go into detail about this post later. That won't be for tonight. But this guy is so stupid. He thinks Sony doesn't have enough IPs. When in reality, they just had, let me see if we can find it. What is that called? Astrobot. Screenshot with all the Sony characters. Let's see if we can find it. There's a little screenshot with like all the Astrobots running, and it's all the characters in Astrobot are like avatars from other games of PlayStation. And I can't find the screenshot. I'll have to find it before we actually discuss this particular post. But like, oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. So this is not even all of them. Is there a list of all of them? Okay. These are 20 different IPs. PlayStation has plenty of IPs. They just don't fucking make games of these IPs anymore. That's it. That's all. He doesn't consider single-player IPs to be actual active IPs. I know, Doc. That's the problem. You're probably right that he only cares about live service. That's the problem with Sony right now. All they give a shit about is live service. Oh, there's 169 cameos? Okay. Let me see if I can find the details. How many cameos are in Astrobot? There it is. 169 cameos. All of these cameos are different IPs. Maybe some of them are shared. Gallery, Astrobot, secret characters. There we go. Fuck Instagram. Okay, so some of them are like, 2 of them from God of War, 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them from God of War. Right, but then they have Ratchet and Clank. Okay, so you have like all of these games. Ratchet and Clank, Horizon, Ratchet Clank, Trico the Last Guardian. I don't even know what that game is. Joker, Persona, Nathan Drake, Uncharted. What was the last time we got an Uncharted game? That was a great series. Tearaway, Iota, Tearaway, Knack. I don't know what these are. Beyond Two Souls, Puppeteer, The Last of Us. Yeah, we already know about Last of Us. Journey, Gravity Rush, Demon Souls. Demon Souls was released on PS5. Ghosts and Goblins. When was the last time we had a Ghosts and Goblins game? We have lots of Persona games, at least. Loco Roco. I don't know what that is, but it was that PS5. Did we get another one? I don't know. MLB The Show. I know that's a game. Rogue Galaxy. What is Rogue Galaxy? Shadow of the Colossus. Why is there no Shadow of the Colossus 2? Why would they not do this? Katamari. Was there a new Katamari? Monster Hunter. We're getting a new Monster Hunter. That's because of Capcom. Thank God. Siren. I don't know what Siren is. Sly Cooper. When was the last time we got a Sly Cooper? When was the last time we got a Jack and Daxter? What is Eco? Silent Hill. We're finally getting Silent Hill 2 remake. Why are we not getting a new Silent Hill, though? Where's Silent Hill 7 or whatever the fuck? Ribbon. I don't know what that is. Legacy of Kain. Dude, I was just talking about Legacy of Kain the other night, man. This game series was so good. One of the hard hitters. One of the best games on PlayStation 1. This Legacy of Kain is one of the games that put PlayStation 1 on the fucking map, bro. On the fucking map. Why haven't we not gotten one of those? Ape Escape. Ape Escape. One of the best games of all time. Holy fuck, one of my favorites. Incredible Crisis, I don't know what that is. I love how they're showcasing Ape Escape, man. God, we need a new Ape Escape game. Ape Escape is one of my favorites. Parappa the Rapper. That's definitely Sony. Like, that one's definitely Sony. I know for a fact. And Parappa the Rapper was a great game. Medieval. That was a fantastic game. We have not gotten a new Medieval. Metal Gear, that's Konami. Devil Dice. Resident Evil. Thankfully, they're still making Resident Evil games. Alundra, I don't know what that is. Wild Arms, that was an RPG. That was an OG RPG. More Parappa, Tomb Raider, Crash Bandicoot. We did recently get a relatively new Crash Bandicoot. Street Fighter, Suikoden. Oh my god. Wipeout. We haven't gotten a Wipeout game. Like, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Cool Borders, Stray is new. Ridge Racer, Tekken Arc the Lad, Aerial Ace. These are all abandoned IPs. Not all of them, but most of these. Oddworld, huge IP. Legend of the Dragoon, another abandoned IP. Onimusha. Dark Cloud. SingStar. Killzone. Dude, we were just about Killzone. With the new game that's coming out. It looks like a love letter to Killzone. Patapon. I don't know Patapon. Infamous. Nio's new. Detroit Become Human. Yeah, that's PS5. Ghost of Tsushima. That's PS5. Fall Guys. Yep. Some of these are modern. And I guess these are like, you know, just feels. Yeah. That's all of them. Dude, I like how we went through all of them. I was like, yeah, we can't talk about this tonight. No, I went through all of them. This shows how rich the IPs are for traditional Sony PlayStation games. Sure, some of them by third party, but they're still traditional Sony PlayStation games. Sony can at least have a hand in, you know, asking for one of these to be made, you know, helping developers, you know, make these games instead of fucking live service games. They push for live service games all the time. They can push for single player games, is my point. And they don't want to because of this motherfucker, this greasy motherfucker who's the CFO. So yeah, lots of issues going on with Sony. Lots of issues about PS5 Pro. I agree with them all. I think that the absolute price is cooked. They're squeezing you for money. Please know it. I would say it's not worth it, but if you really want it, buy it. But just do know that they are just actually actively squeezing you for money. This is an unheard of price. It makes no sense. You don't get the disc drive. You don't get even the fucking vertical stand. So it's an extra $100 if you want both of those. And I just want to give the information. So if you guys like the information, you guys like the rant, give it a like, give it a sub, share it with your friends. I will always tell you like it is. And again, let me end this with, I'm not a Sony PlayStation hater. I am a hater of anti-consumer practices. Things that negatively affect gamers. This is one of them. So anytime Nintendo does this shit, I call it out. Anytime Xbox does this shit, I call it out. I don't even have an Xbox. Anytime anyone does this shit, I will call it out. So if you guys like that kind of vibe, you guys like this kind of real information, like I said, enjoy the next video, and I genuinely hope to see you there. And definitely leave a comment. I will actually cover, and I respond to every single comment. What do you guys think about the PlayStation 4? What do you guys think of, PlayStation 4 Plus, PlayStation 5 Plus? Do you guys agree with the price? Do you think it's overpriced? Do you guys think it's a good enough difference? Are you a Sony fanboy who really, really enjoys it? Please tell me. Please tell me. Look, I only feel bad that Sony's trying to squeeze you. I don't blame you guys for doing it. I don't blame you guys at all. I blame Sony here, and only Sony. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will answer. Check you out in the next video. Hell yeah, guys.